9 through 10. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands, and cried with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our God, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb. Revelation 7, verses 9 to 10.
Tune in to the MacMan Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the MacMan Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there.
Are you a small business owner trying to juggle it all? Let JD Scribes take content off your plate and help you show up with confidence, both on and offline. From social media to strategy, we help you make your message matter so you can get back to doing what you love. Need content that hits, strategy that makes sense, a message that moves your audience? We got you. But we don't stop there. Running a business shouldn't mean running alone. Bond Small Business Group is the community you didn't know you needed. From monthly meetups to real talk and resources, it's all about small businesses building up small businesses. We're building a vast network of entrepreneurs who connect, collaborate, and cheer each other on. Whether you're just getting started or leveling up, JD Scribes and Bond are here to help you grow, thrive, and stay inspired. Your business deserves support that works as hard as you do. Tap in. It's your time. Let's build better together.
Your home should tell your story. It should be stylish, comfortable, and uniquely you. Here at D. Harris Interiors, we don't just decorate. We design spaces that reflect your personality, your lifestyle, as well as your dreams. Whether you're revamping one room or you're transforming an entire space, Here at D. Harris Interiors, we bring creativity, expertise, and heart to every project. Great design starts with connection, and I do take the time to understand your vision and to bring it to life with beauty and intention. So, are you ready to fall in love with your space all over again? Well, you just give D. Harris a call at 901-303-8099 to schedule your personalized consultation today.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know. Get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
And grand rising to all of you. Good morning. Wait a minute. Let me get this up here. Grand rising to each and every one of you. Hey, this is the MacMan Morning Show. Grand rising to all of you all that have come to join us on this, our great, wonderful Tuesday morning. It's hot, y'all. And it's getting ready to be one of those summers. And we're here, as you know, each and every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Yes, that's 10 o'clock on the East Coast. For all of y'all that got up already, right here on Mac Media 3 Productions. We got a good program here for you today. I know that we are focusing and we have a lot of attention on the recent events that have been happening in our country, the things that are going on with the Iran and the Israel incidents that are going on that is affecting us here. We have a person that don't know what he's doing. He don't know what a ceasefire is or a negotiation, a little less to negotiate for us, but we'll talk about that later in our commentary at the at our second half that we have. Grand Rising, good morning to each and every one of you. I'd like to shout out to everybody that's listening to us. All of our Illinois folks, we said hey to you. We got a special guest on from the Chicagoland area. We're going to talk about that. I'd like to say everybody in Dalton, all in Riverdale, Roseland, Inglewood, West Side, okay, over in K-Town, over there on Lawndale, all over, and even in our downtown area. I know that y'all are at work and everything. Don't y'all get in any trouble listening to the MacMan Morning Show. But I want to thank all of our loyal listeners, everybody that listens, the Bushes, that's what I call them. Everybody that's here. Good morning to Alice, the blessed child of God, who is our moderator and keeps everything together for us. She's like the chief usher in the church, but we have the chairman of our deacon board, Mr. Alvin Moore. Deacon Moore, good morning to you. I know you had a wonderful celebration for your birthday, 89 years old. I'm telling you, I tell you, and doing great. And we have a video that we were going to show. I'm trying to get it together, but we're going to get that in of the wonderful singing of his nieces, the Greenleaf Twins. That's what I call them. And they sang and they had a wonderful celebration and a wonderful time with him. And we're just glad that he can celebrate with his family. And we're just grateful to all of you. Hey, let me ask you something, if I will. I got our guest is in our holding and waiting. We don't have a real great green room or nothing like that to put people in and all those other things, not yet. But right now, I want to ask you a question. I saw something. No, well, I'm going to make a statement rather. I saw an advertisement and a announcement about food trucks. And I started thinking about this when I got this from this wonderful group of women that are coming together. And we're going to talk about why they're coming together. But then I got this, and somebody sent it to me. And I was interested. I said, okay, let me see if I can touch bases with these great women to see what's going on and what's happening. And there's a food truck and vendor fest. I mean, and if you want something in the real varieties of everything, we're going to talk to our wonderful guest on this morning that's going to tell us about all these wonderful, delicious, delectable, uh, uh, just everything from baked goods to your to probably turkey legs. We don't know, but we're going to talk to Miss Keisha Jocell, who is one of the founders of a wonderful group called uh, It's Her Organization. And we're going to have her come up. We want you all to get yourselves together, come around, tell your friends, tell everybody that we got a wonderful program on today. And then, like I said, we're going to be delving into um, the situations in our country and what's going on. Brother Lee Mack, our co-host, should be here in a little bit. He'll be here, and we're just glad to have all of you just to come in and everything. Let your friends know, let the people know that we're on the air. Listen, we're doing something wonderful here at the Magman Morning Show. We're getting ready to go into another season. This will be our fourth season that we're going into, and we just came out of our anniversary, which was in April, and I'm just grateful to be here and to have the longevity that we have. We're here to help you and to bring to you information and inspiration each and every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's Chicago time, y'all. Y'all know that. Chicago, Memphis, and on down there, Central Time, right in the middle of the country, and 10 o'clock on the East Coast, right here on Mac Media 3, Mac Media 3 Productions, the Mac Man Morning Show. I'd like to say hey to everybody that's here. Listen, we're going to bring our guest up right quick. I want to do something before we do. We're going to pay homage uh, to our sponsors, say hey to them, and we'll be right back after these messages, and we'll have our very, very special guest on, the wonderful Miss Keisha Jocell. She's going to come on and talk about this wonderful food truck fest that they're getting ready to have. We got to support each other. We got to stand with each other. And if we do that, I'm pretty sure that we will accomplish that we need to do. I wanted to go ahead and get the commercials out of the way for this segment, and we'll be right back with our special guest. We'll be right back.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know, get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
And I'd like to remind you that if you don't have your goodies yet, you need to get them, because Cakes and Creations is making orders and shipping them out. Yes, our new participating sponsor, Cakes and Creation by Trigé. And let me tell you something, these cookies are great, the cakes are great, the baked goods are really wonderful. We support Miss Angelica and all that she does. Thank you for being so. We're waiting on just a little bit more of her production so that we can put it together. 30 different varieties of baked goods that she can ship directly to you. There are a lot of you that have received them, and they're really, really great. So we got many more varieties that she has, and we just want to just reach out to her and say good morning to her. And that is our wonderful, dear friend Angelica. Been busy. She's been in South Haven and everywhere. And y'all get a chance to, we're going to put it out where she's going to be. And also her production will be ready on this week. We'll be right back, folks, after these.
Tune in to the Mac Man Morning Show.
Hold up.
And we're back on the MacMan Morning Show, Grand Rising. Good morning to each and every one of you. We are here this morning, and I wanted to bring this wonderful young lady up to give her talk about what she's doing and why these wonderful food trucks going to be in the city of Chicago doing what they do. Now, you know that Chicago, my home, now, yes, my hometown. Hey to everybody on the south and the west side, west and the south side. I was born on the west side, raised on the south side. And I want to say hi to all of you all. You know something, when we try to do things and when we try to attempt to bring awareness and to lift our community, it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of effort. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, it takes money. Well, I tell you, as I was telling you, I was looking at a particular uh, announcement that was sent to me, and someone said, "Hey, Miss James, you really need to check these people out, and maybe you can put something out about this great event." And at this time, we want to bring up to you and to everyone here the wonderful CEO and one of the founders and CEO of It's Her with the S, I think that is, organization. And she is here. I woke up this morning and I know she's like, oh my God, this man got me up here early on the radio talking all of this talk. Welcome to the MacMan Morning Show. We'd like to welcome Miss Keisha Jacel, founder and CEO of It's Her organization. Good morning, Miss Jacel. How are you?
All right. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Well, how you so perky in the morning? Everybody dragging to get their coffee and everything. You say, "Oh, I'm ready to. I'm ready to." You sound like you're ready to roll. How are you on this great, wonderful, beautiful day?
I am actually doing all right. And how are you?
Okay, I'm doing wonderful. Now, tell first of all, before we get to your to your wonderful event that's getting ready to happen on I think it's the 26th of July. You tell us about your great organization and what you're trying to do.
Yes, our organization is called Is Her, and Is Her was founded by two women that were in different towns, which is Alabama and Chicago. We got together and we realized that we were stronger even being strangers and operating and organizing an organization that will help other women to get started in their business. And then we also branched out to do youth mentoring programs. So with our youth mentoring programs, we establishing businesses for youth to actually participate in. So they participate in it by giving us a pitch. They sit and do the budget for the business. They also run the business. So that's how It's Her got together and decided to branch off into a youth program, not only for adults but for youth.
Okay. So I tell you, I want to ask a question. You know that we hear about a lot of outreach and a lot of community organizations that are really, really doing really wonderful jobs. Tell us why, or tell us, uh, yeah, tell us why it's her organization. It stands out above the rest. What is it about your organization that's a little bit different than others?
Well, with our organization, we actually employ far as workforce development. We use that. We use financial literacy in our program. We also have the kids to branch off into mobile business. So teaching them
Mhm.
not only the standalone storefront business, we teach them about being mobile with the business. So we have a mobile food truck, we have an ice cream truck, we have the event planning that they participate in, and we also have a beverage truck. So right now the kids are participating in the lemonade stand, but it actually starts them to realize what it takes to run a lemonade stand. That lemonade stand is just not for kids, it's actually adults that franchise and lemonades and actually have a business in it. So they're seeing what adults are doing, and we're just
Mhm.
talking about it and getting them prepared for entrepreneurship as well as college.
Okay, okay. So there's a educational and a social. I got your whole poster up here. Your posting up here. It's four of you all. Tell us about your other workers and the people that you work with.
Okay, so we have Brandy Lacey, which is the co-founder of It's Her. So this food truck fest, we got together with other women that had nonprofits, and we decided to start a food truck fest for this be our first year, and it will also branch off into youth doing a pop-up. So it'll be the youth will be able to participate in the food truck fest along with the
Mhm.
food trucks. So we have
Oh, okay.
Kiana Washington, which she's the owner of What a Potato in Chicago. And then we have
Wow.
Stephanie, she's actually does construction. So each one of our organization does something different, but we just came together to do a food truck fest to allow the kids to participate in adults in our communities.
So, so this is just one of your many programs that you have and fundraisers, which you do need funds to do the things that you do. And
Yeah.
it's a great way. I mean, I tell you, in the land of, if you, for those of you that have not had a Chicago experience, don't go to heaven until you go. But make sure that if you do go to Chicago around this time of July 26th, that you make it your business to go and spend some money. Don't come broke and talk about give me a sample and all that other stuff. Take your wallet, your debit card. They got Square and all them other digital receiving of the
Yes.
fund devices. Don't you got all of that? And they got Facebook, they got the Cash App and all that stuff. Don't come there broke and don't bring 100 million children. Nor, well, I mean, listen, let me say this also. A lot of organizations have picks and chooses. And living in the city of Chicago and being raised there, I kind of know a little bit about life there. And I'm not saying life was terrible. I think I had a wonderful childhood. But there are young people, especially when you're listening to the news and you're listening to the events and what they're doing, and you hear all the negativity, and you have an organization of sisters that come together and say, hey, listen, can we do something? This is what we're going to do to reach the young people. Tell us about the challenges that you have and about the people that you that right now that you are serving and the demographics of who you're serving.
Okay, so the demographic that we're serving is from all the way to 9 to 24, and it's girls and boys. It's not just women. So we do have the Achieve Her and Achieve Him programs. So the Achieve Her,
Okay.
the young ladies come out and they actually, do the same as the guys, far as event planning and building the tents up and just orchestrating an event. And the guys,
Mhm.
we have the gentlemen's more on the construction side sometimes, along with
Mhm.
the women the young ladies when they want to do construction. But right now we just have one because Kiana Washington was able to allow us to vend for one of her programs. So we are a vendor of her workforce program, which allow one of the youth to be employed through the summer to help us with the reconstruction and rehab of our building. And then,
So you ladies have net. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
oh,
step
that's
on
all
you. Go
right.
ahead.
And the youth that we really trying to reach is just people that's interested in entrepreneurship, and they may not know at the time what type of industry they want to go in, but just to have an
Hmm.
open mind to discuss and to actually brainstorm on different ventures. That's what we allow the kids to do in a program. We do the monthly meeting virtually with the students, and we talk about current issues. We talk about business ideas. We talk about how to get things up and started. How would they pitch it to a potential investor? So we try to make sure that they, along with getting the experience, they also know how to communicate with people, tell people what it is that you're doing, how is it benefiting you all, and what are you getting out of the program.
Now I see that you're in the west. You're going to be out in the western suburbs. This is where this event is going to be happening. It's going to be happening on First Avenue and y'all know where First Avenue and Roosevelt is. You lived up there in Illinois, or if you're visiting, let your people take you there. I'm telling you, because y'all know y'all going to family reunions and everything, and y'all want to go around. If you really want to help and really want to see something spectacular, give these ladies an opportunity not only to show you that they can help and work with our young people, but also that they can give them some inspiration to reach for their goals and to also become productive in our community. We can say a lot of negative things. We can go here and there, this and that, who did that, whose fault it is. But when it's all said and done, we're going to have to come together and we're going to have to take responsibility. And I always say anybody who's over 40, 35, 40 or whatever, you're getting ready to be the new elders in our society because as we see, a lot of our young people have not experienced probably what I have experienced or others have experienced. Who gave you the inspiration to do what you're doing and to organize your great group? What was the driving force? And tell us a little bit about who you are.
Okay, so the driving force was actually seeing my husband, which have Smokehouse Academy. He have been in the nonprofit industry for over 14, 15 years and giving back to the community. And seeing him actually open up a food truck, CJ's Barbecue Cruiser, with entrepreneurship and just being inspired by that. And I'm like, how can I take this to my organization along with me counseling adults on how to start a business? Should I venture out and do youth? And I thought it was important to do the youth because we miss out sometimes being as old as we are because we don't have the capability or we don't have the knowledge or experience, or we just wasn't around that type of culture to see entrepreneurship. And we get a little older and we like, man, we missed that chance. So to give youth that chance before it feels like they missed it, that's what was our driving force in bringing that organization to youth programs.
Okay. So let me ask you this also, and I know some people uh, in that greater Cook County, Chicago, all those suburbs, and Hoffman, say all those places inside Cook County. Let me ask you this: Okay, if where your service areas, do you service all of Cook County or just a certain segment of that around there?
So our main base is Broadview. We have a building in Broadview and it's being rehabbed.
Okay.
So our main base is in Broadview, but we service the whole Cook County. So if we see an event
Okay.
that we can participate in and take the youth to do the event, we will sign up for the event and have the youth come out and do internship and to showcase their products. So if we are far as county wide, but if we see an event that's in Will County or we're able to
Mhm.
travel to it, we will participate. So I
Isn't
would
that
just say that
wonderful?
our home base is the west side, but we're,
West Side.
right. But we are trying to establish relationships with other communities.
hmm Well, it seems like you're doing a wonderful job, and like I said, if the Magman Morning Show can be for you, here for you, if there are any events that you have, please let us know so that we can put it out. Let me let you all know that we are going to be showcasing and promoting this event until the 26th. You will see this. I think that it's a wonderful opportunity to for us to show our love and to show our support. Kids are out of school now. I wanted to ask you this a little question. I just want to put this to our audience too. Kids are out of school, and they say idle mind is the devil workshop. That's my mama talking. And which is true sometimes living in the city of Chicago, as vast and as big as it is, with parents having to work probably multiple jobs or situations that are going on with young people. Young people, I know somebody saying that they have some problems with their. Is that you, Alice? Okay, if you could reboot yourself, probably it will come. I don't know what's wrong with that, but we ain't gonna worry about it. But as I was saying, with so many things that were going on. See, now back in the day where I was, we had the Park District, we had summer job program, we had the Cedar program. I know I'm making a lot of people mad because they're saying, where is it now? We had the church, we had Vacation Bible School, we had those things. We had Boy Scouts and all kinds of things that you'd be surprised. We were active. We weren't just in the house. And I guess because, what do you think? Do you think that because kids and well, people have technology now that they just stuck in the house and just don't want to do anything and so forth and so on? Are you experiencing that with the young people? I'm sure you are in Chicago. But do you see that as one of the some of the major obstacles that you have is that some kids sometimes are not, young people are not even involved or they're just into themselves. How do you get a chance to reach those young people that you're trying to reach?
Well, I think our one of the issues is sometimes the parents' availabilities. I really think the kids only can do so much, and it's due to our parents taking us out and allowing us to explore different things. Sometimes I have nieces that's, in that 30, range where they're not taking their kids. They want to just sit them in the room and that's just it. And they don't know that is opportunities out here and things for them to get involved in. So they don't sign them up because one, they probably don't have a way to get there. Second, they, tend not to know about it because they isolated from different events and community things like that. So I really just think it's the knowledge of the parents not knowing allow the kids to sit in the room and just be on tech.
Okay. My very special guest is Keisha Jacel. She's one of the founders and CEO of It's Her organization. Is it hers or hers? There's no S
It's
on
just
the end, is
her.
there?
It's just her.
Her. Okay.
It's
I wanted to
her.
make sure because,
Yes.
when you say her, it makes you
Yes.
sound like you saying, how some people say hair and they say her, but
Yes.
it's her.
Yes. So we
It's
we
her.
yes. So we
Yeah.
always
Okay.
say it's her organization so people know
Okay.
that, it's her. And it's her
It's
stands
her.
for yes, helping entrepreneurs to reset, restart, restructure their business.
Wow, that's her, y'all. Listen, hold on a second. Can you just wait? I got two couple more questions I want to ask you. I
Okay.
wanted to get a chance to go to some of our sponsors real quick. You're listening to the MacMan Morning Show right here on Mac Media 3, Mac Media 3 Productions. To our listeners on WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial, listening to us, and they transmitting, yes, folks, from Holly Springs, Mississippi. We all got some folks in Mississippi. We're going to find out if Miss Jacel got some. I know some Jacels. I'm going to see if she knows some of them here down here. And we're going to talk a little bit more about her organization and the future of it and how you can help them. This is the MacMan Morning Show. We'll be right back in a little bit. Ain't going to be long. Y'all just stick around. I'll talk to you in a minute. Hold on a second.
Your home should tell your story. It should be stylish, comfortable, and uniquely you. Here at D. Harris Interiors, we don't just decorate. We design spaces that reflect your personality, your lifestyle, as well as your dreams. Whether you're revamping one room or you're transforming an entire space, here at D. Harris Interiors, we bring creativity, expertise, and heart to every project. Great design starts with connection, and I do take the time to understand your vision and to bring it to life with beauty and intention. So, are you ready to fall in love with your space all over again? Well, you just give D. Harris a call at 901-303-8099 to schedule your personalized consultation today.
Are you a small business owner trying to juggle it all? Let JD Scribes take content off your plate and help you show up with confidence, both on and offline. From social media to strategy, we help you make your message matter so you can get back to doing what you love. Need content that hits, strategy that makes sense, a message that moves your audience? We got you. But we don't stop there. Running a business shouldn't mean running alone. Bond Small Business Group is the community you didn't know you needed. From monthly meetups to real talk and resources, it's all about small businesses building up small businesses. We're building a vast network of entrepreneurs who connect, collaborate, and cheer each other on. Whether you're just getting started or leveling up, JD Scribes and Bond are here to help you grow, thrive, and stay inspired. Your business deserves support that works as hard as you do. Tap in. It's your time. Let's build better together.
Oh, we're gonna have a good time, yeah. That's red. Oh, we're gonna have a good time, yeah. That's red. Oh, yeah, yeah. That's red. Oh, we're gonna have a good time, yeah. If you never have fun like this, you know you're gonna have a lot of fun when you hit the door. That's red. Oh, we're gonna have a good time, yeah. Yeah, come one, come all of the Reds, located 398 Sunflower Avenue in Clarksdale, Mississippi, featuring the best in blues, food, atmosphere, and drink. If you never have fun like this, you know you're gonna have a lot of fun when you hit the door. That's red. Oh, we're gonna have a good time, yeah.
Now, I know that y'all know that it is hot outside and the temperatures have risen, and it feels already like it's almost 90 here in the South. Y'all already know how it feels right over here by this Mississippi River, and it's just baking and everything. But listen, those of you, and I tell y'all all the time, y'all go see my friends, and I know that Miss Tremaine Roberts really is happy about all of the traffic and the things that are coming to her Smoothie Cafe. Yes, the Smoothie Cafe, folks, right there at 4714 Lincoln Highway, Matson, Illinois. Let me tell you, she has new hours now from Monday through Friday. She's going to be start opening. Get this, you can get your health smoothie and your detox smoothie and your yummy smoothie and your ice cream and all those other things. You're going to need it, I tell you. You can start getting them at 9 a.m. So she will be open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and from 11 a.m. to 7 a.m. on Saturday. And of course, you know that Miss Roberts and her family does not open on Sunday. Go by there and say hey to one of the best businesses that has been voted in Matson, one of the best recognized for good, outstanding customer service satisfaction from all of her customers and her online reviews. Go by there and see Miss Tremaine and her wonderful staff over there at the Smoothie Cafe. Go over there and get you one. Get you the banana split smoothie. There's so many different flavors and so many delectables that'll cool you down. Go over and let's support each other. Let's support each other's business, folks. And go over there and say hi to Miss Tremaine. She's over there waiting on you all. Go over there, 4714 Lincoln Highway in Matson, Illinois. That's over there down there in the Southland. Y'all know where that is. Y'all go to Roseland and different places like that. It's unlike the West Side. See, they say, which side is the best side? I say all sides are. And that's why we at Mac Media 3 Productions are here for you to get the word out, let you know what's going on, information and inspiration. Let me say something about the children also. For those of you that live in the Harvey, Illinois area, if you live by the Bryant or the Whittier elementary schools, you know that nutrition is real important to the children. And some of the kids that are out of school right now don't get balanced meals. Now, we can point the finger, say this, say that, but we do live in a day and time where a little bit of help will go a long way. Now, if you're at those schools in the Harvey area, there's free summer meals. They've already started, starting from Monday through Thursday up until July 11th, and they're going to take a break on the 4th of July because it's a holiday. Y'all get together and pop your firecrackers and all those other things. Just a time for people to rest on that time, but they will gear back up on the very next day. Don't be ashamed. Go and see if you know somebody that you know that's struggling or something like that. Go over there and get you some meals. They're provided. Alderwoman Kobe Chapman a friend of our shows and running for mayor over there too, but she's not doing this because of that reason. They're doing it because children can't get the nutrition and the meals that they really do need. So y'all go out there and support the children by taking them over there. Go by there and see if there's something that you can give to them. And if you have an announcement about nutrition, if you have an announcement about anything that's going to help children, let us know. Go to macmedia3 at gmail.com, macmedia3 at gmail.com. Drop me an email, give me some information, and we'll put it out there on the air with you. Now, like I told everybody, listen, if you have a business, you got a service, you got something that you're doing, you got something that you really want people to get the word out about. It's nothing wrong with advertising. It's just who you're advertising with. I'm going to make sure I put it out there, push it for you. And you know something? Just bring me $50. We talk about the rest of it. Your ad can play for $50. And you know something? If you're really concerned, if you're really sincere about what you're doing, invest in yourself, invest in your business, invest in us, give us an opportunity to help you out. I like to say also, I know you're saying all these folks, but these are the people that keep us on the air. There are others that you don't know, but then there are people that help us and keep us on the air. And that's why we don't mind announcing and doing their ads for them, because it's important. Now, over on the other TV channels, they get all kind of rep and everything, and they don't care nothing about the organization or the company or anything. But at least here at the McMahon Morning Show, I'm gonna bring you here. You tell your story, and I'll put it out there. I'm gonna make sure I put it out there with all my friends and everybody that they know, and we're gonna spread it, and we're gonna support this wonderful organization. I have with me Miss Keisha Jocell, and she's going to come back with me. We got another ad that we're going to be playing. We'll be right back after these messages, y'all.
Tune in to the McMahon Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the McMahon Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there. If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know. Get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
And we're back on the McMahon Morning Show. Grand rising to each and every one of you. Okay, I know you. Okay, I got Keisha here just for a little while. Are you still here with us, or did you have to leave? I think she had to leave. Okay, we want to thank you, Keisha, for all that you've done, and thank you for being a part of our show. I know she had to leave. And we're grateful for her coming by. They're getting together their event that they're having. It takes a lot of planning to do what they do, and we just thank Miss Jocell for giving us the opportunity to have her on, and we'll be glad to have her back to keep us posted. You will see information being posted until their organization's event happen. Welcome back to the McMahon Morning Show. Grand rising to all of you that are here. And like I said before, Brother Lee Mack is right now, you know that Lee has his business, so he has some things that he has to do. But there's a heat advisory I want to give to all of you. There's a heat advisory in our area. It is in effect right now until 9 tonight. It's just hot. All week it's going to be hot. Get down there to the Smoothie Cafe, y'all. Y'all get down there and cool yourselves out. Go down there, see Miss see Miss Tremaine. I was gonna call her Tremaine Hawkins, Lord, but she can sing too. Tremaine Roberts, and she can sing. She come from a singing family. Y'all haven't heard nothing until you heard Trinity All Nations Church Choir, And I love the, I'm telling you, you talk about a classic. That's the family she comes from. And her brother Larry Roberts Jr., that's the bishop's son. Wonderful people, wonderful. Larry's Bible College. We're going to get some things for them. I'd like to say grand rising, good morning to all of you, and hello. And I want to say something. I'm going to say something, and I'm going to be brief with this. I want to say this. Have we closed our eyes and, are our eyes wide open or wide shut? Are our eyes wide shut? That's something to think about, because on last night we got information that there was a ceasefire. Let me show you how this man is crazy. The orange man is nuts. He said there's a ceasefire. Then they come back and say they're lying. Well, we already know that the man is a liar and he's full of lies. And he came on and said that there's a ceasefire. There was no such thing. And Israel was continuing to shoot what they shoot over to them countries and everything. And they're attacking. Let me tell you, it's a ball of confusion. And we're living in a day and time that we have not discussed, and a lot of people don't want to discuss because they're in the dark. That's why I say your eyes are wide open, but then again, they're shut. Your spiritual eye, the eyes that you need to see the situations that are going on around about us. But now we have an opportunity to do something really great with the time that we have. I believe, take it from me, this is me saying it. This is an opportunity as these events are going on, that the true people that really, I'm talking to all of you that know who I'm talking to. You're the ancestors. The ancestors left us an opportunity to get back what was taken from us. Let me tell you how, and let me tell you why. They set themselves up for all of these things. And I'm not just saying get back things materialistically, get things that you can go to the store and you can do this and you go shopping and living your best life. No. We have to get in survival mode, folks. And what survival mode is taking care of the community that we got. Out of every adversity, Black people always come out on top. Or out of every diversity, I mean, they beat us, they put us in slavery, they locked us up, they kept us out of school, they did this, they did that. Some of us did it to ourselves. We wouldn't advance, or we don't want to advance, or we don't want to go forward or anything. We just stuck because of the way we've been taught and the way that we have been brainwashed. Are our eyes wide shut? No matter what the events that are going on in the day, no matter what's happening around about us, as we look at Washington, D.C., and we look at the government that we literally have somebody that thinks that they are king running around here making the decisions, saying that they're making decisions for us, and they're not. We got the sellouts right in our own community, in our own towns, and in our own cities. It's bad enough that we have to go through as a community of people and as a people, but it's bad enough when you see people that look just like us treat us like dogs. They know who I'm talking about. Go to Harvey, Illinois. Mayor Clark. I've already lost 2 clients. I ain't worried about it. No way, that was his folks. Mr. Clark over there. The meeting that I saw, I'm talking about why your eyes wide shut, because you're seeing and you don't see. That means half of it shut. You shut the world off. You say, forget it. Let them do what they do. All the manipulation that people are doing. You're hiring content creators and different people to plead your case, thinking that they will listen. We got wicked people that use the religion and church for their benefit to try to hoodwink and bamboozle people. Oh, people, are our eyes wide shut? Are we seeing what we see and we're closing our eyes spiritually and naturally to it, or are we just looking at it and don't care? I asked the question because we've been fighting, scratching, scraping, interpreting, trying to be philosophers and everything, trying to be this, trying to be deep, trying to be smart. But is it, folks? Is it really, really, really are you really understanding that we must prepare ourselves? I'm not saying go get potted meat and water and go get rations and go down in a hole and cover up until it's all over. No, folks, there's much more to this than what you think. It is not our war. I'm going to say it for the people in the back. You didn't hear me. It's not our war. We didn't start anything. I'm talking about as a people. Look at where we are going to be placed as a people. All the things that they've done, all of the things that have happened to us as a people and what they've done and what we've done to each other, these things are getting ready to come to the end. From the courthouse in New York all the way down into the over in other places. We see it. We see our entertainers, our stars, our heroes, the people that we looked up to. How many books have we bought from the Oprah Book Club? How many tapes have we bought from the T.D. Jakes? How many times we gone to the Puff Daddy and bought Sean John and all these other things? How many Beyonce concerts have you been to? How many Jay-Z records and albums and Kanye West dances and concerts? We go and support these people and make them rich, yet and still an all-day devils in disguise. Are our eyes wide shut? I just asked the question. Man, what are you talking about? Look at what's going on, what's happening. I can't do anything about the events. I can't do anything about that orange man up there. But right where you live, right in the community that you're in, you can make a difference. But we don't want to make a difference. We want to make people miserable. We don't want to make a difference. We want to get in people's business. We don't want to make a difference. We want to keep havoc and keep drama going on. People don't have a life, so they keep garbage going on. What are we going to do? And why are we keeping the garbage going? Why are we living our best life and living and doing the things that we're doing? We still sitting back, fading away. It is not going to happen. Here we are, folks. Here we are. I could talk about all of the things that are going on. I can talk about all of the things that we think people have took away from us. We made more money and lost more money and wasted more money than we need. We have $1.6 trillion in buying power, and we don't even support our own community. We look down on folks. We want what other people have. We don't have no business asking white folks for something that is already ours. Let me get that out of the way. Okay? I don't hate them. I'm not anti-white. I'm just pro-black. We have an opportunity as a people, if we stick together, and the events have let us see that we can get back everything that they stole from us. There's a length of time that we have, folks. We ain't got a lot of it. I don't know how long we're going to be here. But the events that need to be happening before the great reckoning go for ain't happened yet. And we're going to have experts and people that are going to commentate on this in the coming weeks. As we get with our new season, you're going to see something totally different. I always told everybody, information and inspiration. We got to move forward. I don't care what's going on or what's happening. We got to get the word out. We got to support each other. We got to get each other. We spend more money in one day that if we go to our own community and help ourselves, we would do it. Now, mind you, I know that Pookie and Ray Ray on the corner trying to stick folks up. I know Shaquille I don't want to call a name. It might be one of your children or whatever. Well, you know how these children, what they doing, setting folks up, doing all kinds of things. You can't even drive to the gas station. I know it's kind of bad that you want to put some lightning on some folks and everything. But in our hearts, it makes you look back and say, what in the world has happened? The world as we know it and as we living in it is getting ready to change. If you don't think it's going to change, folks, look around. I don't have to pull no more videotape today. I don't have to put a news story nowhere. Look around where you live. Has anything changed? They put us in these ghettos. There are high-class ghettos and there are low-class ghettos. Well, let's talk about the difference in the two. We got the bougie folks, and I'm not knocking nobody that having the nice stuff, but we have the bougie folks. You know, those people that dookie don't stink. And the folks that look down on us and look down on you because you don't have the Gucci purse or you don't have the Fendi dress or you don't have this or you don't have that or you broke and this and that and the other. There's enough of them and they breaking themselves. They breaking themselves. How much money do you need? How many dresses do you need? How much makeup do you need? How much hair do you need? How many nails? How many clothes do you need, brother? How much cologne do you need? How many cars do you need? We're living in a deficit in our community where the sisters think that all the brothers are sissies. I ain't nobody staggered, never will be. I'm going to keep my lifelong manhood card. But there's some brothers out there that been broke down for $1. You want to be famous, come and lay on the couch. You want to get this contract, come over here and do this with this man over here and do my bidding for me. What does it profit a man or a woman to gain the whole world and lose your soul? But we got to have it. We got gold diggers and gigolos out there. The young boys turning tricks, doing this and that. The young girls are doing the same. Let's go on and tell the truth. I seen something on, this is your eyes wide shut. That's what I'm talking about right now and commentating on. This is the problem that we have. We got our eyes wide shut because in our homes and in our families is in disarray. Kids are telling the parents what to do, raising up and hit you in the face before you do them. We talk back, we do this, we do that. Kids are not kids. Let's talk about the grown folks that we have no respect for each other. We don't care what we do, how we do it. We just do it. We don't care what it affects. We just do it. While our families are suffering, while our communities are suffering. And people that are fighting for the community, people that are fighting for the truth, they get knocked down. You crazy. You talking nuts. You out your mind. You a conspiracy theorist. Oh, you woke. Come on now. Come on. We men. We come from the tribe of Judah. We men. We come from the lost tribes of Israel. We're men. Shaped in his image and in his likeness, and people are trying to make a fool out of us. An opportunity comes your way or comes a person's way, we'll knock them out of the way. We don't want them to make it. We don't want them to have. I'm talking about right there in our community. Can't talk about the white folks till we talk about ourselves. We got to get it together. We have to get it together, folks. This is an opportunity for us to do that, not to just game materialistically, not just to gain and have money in your pocket, not to gain and put something in somebody's face. I got what you don't want. There ain't nothing in this world that anybody got that I want. I ain't jealous of nobody. Don't want it. Ain't my desire. You take it. Everything ain't the right thing. Brother Lee came. He heard me hollering on the rooftop. You take it. You do what you do with it. Your wide eyes are wide shut. That's what I'm talking about, Brother Lee. Brother Lee Mack is here, our co-host. He's here. Brother Lee Mack is here. He say, Brother James done screamed him all the way from where he is. I had our guests on and everything. I ain't going to nan break. I did about 4 already. I'm not going to no more breaks. Brother Lee is here. I'm so glad that you're here. Brother Lee, I was just saying to our audience, grand rising to you, brother, and everything. Good day.
Great day, my brother.
He said, great day. He said, that James at it again. Listen, I just want, and I'm bringing Brother Lee Mack for the remainder of our time. Maybe he can, he'll give it to you in a way that I ain't gonna give it to you because I'm about pissed off and fed up because people are throwing, they're putting misinformation out there and they want us to carry it as independent media. They want us to carry the lie and the narrative. Here's some talk. Don't send me no talking points. Here's talking points for broadcasters. You don't tell me what to say. I don't need your talking points, Harvey. I don't need your talking points from that idiot with the gorilla on his back. Watch your back. Hey, man, get off of me. I don't bother with that person. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I don't bother with them. Don't bother me. I ain't even gonna mention your name. I ain't giving you no free ride here. You can't ride this tricycle. You can't do it. I ain't gonna let you do it. Stop letting people intimidate you and make you think that you crazy about the information that you have about what's going on in the world today. I'm not saying have no full outright argument with people, but I'm stand on truth and stand on what is right. That's what I'm talking about. Brother Lee Mack, our co-host, is here. I need me some water. I could go get me some water or something. But Brother Lee Mack, I want to ask you, and I'm gonna throw this out. I don't know if you can work with it or not, because I know you can. I had this thing in me that our eyes are wide shut. that we're watching and we're focusing in on the delusions and the things that they're putting before us and taking our focus off of the real issue. Is there something you can add to that too, Brother Lee?
Well, I would say it's a distraction of the opposition. They throw enough out there on the wall, something may stick, and it's about confusion and misdirection in order to get your mind and your mind off of what's really going on. And that's the thing. It's a lot of disruption, and that's what they do. That's what they do best is disruption. They talk about they're not going to bring this country into any kind of conflict, and that's just what they did. They were talking about they weren't going to make a disruption here, and that's just what they did. So when they were blaming Miss Harris, VP Harris, for things that she might do, they are doing the things that they accused her of might doing. They were doing the very things that they said they would not do. So, and we act as though we're shocked because we're used to the media leading us and misleading us down a road of deception. And we have to put the brakes on and stop and listen and really hear what's going on and decipher when there's a lie. Because, we're getting the lies from a government that's really not used to telling the truth. And you now the lies sound like the truth because that's all you hear. And we want to believe it because we don't want to do our homework. And we have to do our homework. And the thing is here, and an argument and a discussion, it's a matter of who's speaking. It's a matter of who's saying it. They call it an argument when they disagree. It's a discussion when you have a flow of information going back and forth. And an argument is something where somebody's not listening or somebody won't let the other person speak. But a discussion is a way we can communicate, where we can have an adult conversation without yelling and name calling and things like that. But use an intelligent conversation where you did your homework and the other side has done their homework, and then you can come to the table and I'm sure we can agree on something. Or if it's deception in it, then no, we're not going to agree because they're going to believe that a lie is the truth, or they're going to push it off as the truth. So that's the thing. We can admit that we made a bad decision, some of us, by choosing the leadership that we have chosen, and just admit that we have done it and let's move on. But we don't do that. We sit there and we sit in our disgust. We sit in our vomit of disruption, without saying, okay, I've done it. I made a bad decision. Let me get out of this disgust. Let me get out of this disruption. And let me hold my head up and make an intelligent conversation, an intelligent decision about what to be done next. And that's the thing. We're arguing over somebody's talking nonsense and don't want to hear anything about the truth. And that's the thing. We're disgusted and we're pointing fingers at this idiot up there. And it's like we didn't know. He showed us the first time. Come on. How many times a fool have to show you he's a fool? I guess more than once, because he's in there again. And you hated VP Harris so much that you were willing to sit next to the devil. You're willing to sit on the devil's lap. And that's just what you did. You sat on the devil's lap because you hated this woman so much. You rather sit in the hell than serve in heaven. And that's the thing. That's just what's happening now. How does it feel? Like I say, like Dr. Phil used to say, how's that working out for you? Because, now you're sitting on the devil's lap and now it don't feel so good, and you say you're a Christian, but you go with a man who doesn't believe in anything. That doesn't make any sense to me. People quick to say I'm a Christian, but you voted for the devil? Some things don't make sense to me. You voted for a man that doesn't believe in anything. You voted for a man who can't run a paper stand. He's proven it. He's went bankrupt several times. His public knowledge, but you still voted for him. He tell you he don't like no race. He still voted for him. He tell you he against women's rights, but you still voted for him. He tells you he's a racist, but you still voted for him. So, I mean, where does these Christians have a standard when you can vote and support somebody that clearly tells you he is against you, and you say you're a Christian, and you know what? You say you're a patriot, and you for the flag. You're more for the flag than you are for God. And who stands for something that man has made, a government that man has put together in a racist way, and you stand up and put your hand over the very thing that keeps you going is your heart. You put your hand over your heart and you swear to a government that don't care about you. You put your life, you say, I swear my life, my allegiance to a government. Not you don't swear your family that you'll protect your family, you'll protect your friends, you'll protect your livelihood. No, you swear your allegiance to a government that will bring you to war just to make more money. And then you wonder why the government, this is the corrupt government that we sit in this country. And you wonder why people from other countries treat us the way and talk about us the way they do. Because we say one thing and we do something else. We tell people to live a just life in other countries, and we over here living in chaos. That's crazy. We got a president that said he likes the uneducated, the uninformed. He said that. You can look it up. I mean, but you will vote for somebody who says he don't want to educate your kids. He doesn't care if they get a good education or not. That is insane. You don't give a crap about your own kids because you would put a man in office that tells you education is the lowest thing on his list. That is insanity. And
Wow.
that's why I'm saying this should not be an argument or a discussion. You got the devil on one side, clearly admits that he's the devil. He's not saying that he didn't do the things that he's done. He didn't say that he didn't say the things that he said. He tells you I'm the devil, and you say you're a Christian, you say you believe in God. No, you don't. No, you don't. You know what? You would vote against Jesus, Yahweh himself, be against your own interest. If Yahweh stepped foot in your face and asked for your vote, you'll say no, Yahweh. Donald Trump sounds a little different, sounds a little better than that. And that's what you did. You voted for the devil just because the devil himself. You know what? And Yahweh, and this woman, she wasn't the skin color that you liked. She wasn't the gender that you liked. So you voted against your own interest. And you keep voting against your own interest. And you willing to sell your soul to the devil just so you don't have this woman, this black woman in office. That just tells you something about yourself. You're racist to your heart. Or you're a bigot to your heart. Look up bigot. You're biased against your own race. You're racist against your own race. You're a bigot. Black folks can't be a racist because they don't have the power structure. But you could definitely be a bigot against black women, a bigot against women. You don't like women just because you don't want women to be in control. I mean, men have ran things. White men have ran things. Do you like the way things are being ran now? So
No.
that's the crazy part about it, is that prices are going through the roof. People are losing their jobs. Everything is chaos. Just because you don't want a black woman in office, so this is the penalty for it. So this is what you get. So ain't no rain. There's no raincoat, no overcoat that you can wear that can protect you from what's coming. Because you think the economy is going to get better all of a sudden? They hit a plateau. Inflation, they will squeeze you until you pop. And that's one thing we have to understand. You say, well, it's got to go back down. Inflation hasn't went down in 100 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
It hasn't went
That's
down
true.
in 100 years. Everything has been costing more. They don't go less. They don't listen when they say, the powers that be say, we're going to control inflation. That means we're not going to stop it. Things are going to continue to go up and up. There's no limit to what things are going to cost. You know what? I'm going to give you an example. You can go into a grocery store, a snack shop, or gas station, buy a bag of potato chips. You know what's in that bag? Mostly air. Air and a few chips. They charging you more for the air and the few chips than they did last year. You know, you got more chips 10 years ago than you got now. You know, you getting less. They giving you half a loaf of bread, and they bragging about it on the commercials. They got Sara Lee saying, Sara Lee, half a loaf. It's for your convenience. They done convinced you that we can sell you half a loaf, and that's what's going to be good for you. So now they telling you less is best for you. They got you believing that the little we give you is good for you because you don't need more. Pretty soon you won't have any. And that's the thing we have to look at. You know, you just look at gasoline and say, how high can it go? Well, how much money you got? Because that's what's going to happen. You're going to have to figure out, do I eat or do I drive? Or do I eat or do I take care of my medical? Do I eat or do I buy some clothes for my kids? You're going to have to figure out one or the other. Now, right now, you're buying both. It's going to come a time where you're going to have to trade where you stay compared to what you're going to eat. And you might decide to eat, you'll be eating on the street. And that's the thing we have to understand. Yeah, a lot of us are, you know, it's a few of us that eat well. It's a few of us that do well. You know what? And I'm going to tell you something. People say that I have more things now than I had in the past. And I'm not going to argue with you.
You say you got more things.
I'm going to tell you why. You know what? Because they're giving you more credit now. You don't have more money. You just have more credit. You got more ways to buy things. You don't have the money to buy it. But see, that's the thing. We thinking because you can get more things, we must have more money. No, you don't have more money. You just have more ways to get it. They're giving you credit and on things that you don't even have credit for. That means they're giving you so many ways to buy things with you can hawk your life away. And people saying, I must be doing well. They gave me a new car. Well, they gave you a new car with 10 years to pay. They gave you a new stove with 20 years to pay for it. I mean, they gave you a new TV, but they gave you 5-6 years to pay for it. So they stretched it out for you to the time when you finish paying for those things. It'll be 20 years, 30 years. You driving around in a car that just broke down, is in a junkyard. That they gave you 10 years to pay. They gave you 20 years to pay. Stretch out your payments. You're paying $5, $6, $7, sometimes $1,000, over $1,000 a month for something you can't live in. You know, they'll give you things you don't really need. You don't need that car, but they'll give it to you. You get a car quicker than you can get a house. And the payments on the car is just like the payments on the house. That's what you got now. And you're driving around and the car breaks down. So here's the thing. This is what this government has set up for you. A life of servitude. Yeah. And that's the thing. You're going to serve the government. You're going to be serving them and instead of them serving you. And that's the thing we have to understand is that we have to wake up. And everything that I just said, you can look it up. There's no argument here. They look these things up that we've done to ourselves, self-inflicted these wounds on us. And I tell
self-inflicted.
You know, we did it ourselves. We committed Harry-Carry that white folks call suicide. You know, but I'm gonna tell you, we have to figure this out and get ourselves together because the way we're going now, and everybody's saying, well, you know, I can do it. I'm a media creator. I'm a this creator. That's not a job right now. You got to get something that can produce. You got to get something that can act, that don't depend on anybody else, but you can commit a service to this community, to our community. See, it's so much to do in our community that we can make some money, that we can create. We were the creators, not just media creators. We created something. We actually produced things. These inventions that you ride around on, the telephones and cell phones, black folks made them. You can look this up. And there's things that white folks put their name on that we made. So that's the thing. We got to get back to creating. We got to get back to thinking, get back to using some pencil and paper and figuring out how can we make things better? How can we create new things? How can we create a service? Because, you know, some of these other races, these Arabs and these Asians, they come into our community, they create a business overnight. And we go in there and get disrespected. We get put down, and our aldermen need to put a stop to letting these people come into our communities and disrespect us. That's the first thing we should do, and we should stop getting these churches on every block that don't do nothing. We got too many. We got many more churches than we got liquor stores now. We got that, and that's the thing. We got churches and those little corner stores with the Arabs in it with the thick glass behind it, and they selling us garbage. We got to stop accepting these politicians that won't sit and help out, won't get behind us and help our communities. They dress in nice suits, they look nice, and they say the nice things, and they go back to the city hall or town hall or the White House or the state building, and they don't work in their communities. I mean, be available. Our political leaders should be available to us 24 hours a day. If you don't want to be available, don't do the job. Don't do the job.
True.
Because we need you 24 hours a day. And if you don't answer the phone and you stop answering the phone after 5 o'clock, you don't need to be in that office. You don't need to hold that office. You got to be available. You got to go knock on doors after the election. Don't knock on doors before the election. Knock on doors after the election and ask people, what can I do for you? Are you losing your homes? Do you have enough to eat? Do you need a job? Do you need to go to some schools, some trade schools, something? Get these kids off the street. That's what we need to do. Give them something to do. They don't want to sell drugs. They don't want, most kids don't sell drugs. They sit around and they want a job. They sit around, they try to get a job. They go to McDonald's, they go to these things and they try, that's not employment, but that's something. But see, that's the thing. We thinking if you're on the street just selling drugs. Listen, I'm going to tell you, you can look this up. Most young people don't sell drugs. Most black young people don't sell drugs. That's a fact. That the media's got you believing that we sell. If they're selling that much drugs, man, God dog, there'll be nobody to sell drugs too. If everybody's selling drugs, who taking the drugs? See, that's the thing. It don't make sense. You know, not every young person wants to sell drugs. They want to do something. They don't want to just stand on the corner and talk to their friends all day and look around and say, dang, you know, I want something better. We got to tell them something. There is something better out here. See, that goes for me. It goes for all of us. We see our young people, tell them how they can do better. I tell young people when I see them, I say, look, you can go to trucking school. You only got to be in there 6 weeks. You come out of there 6 weeks, you got a job making almost 6 figures. That sounds very extraordinary because I'm gonna tell you, because it's true. You know, they need truckers like they need air to breathe out here. You know, and so that's what you can get into. That's something I've done. I went into trucking school and went in there for 6 weeks. And I'm gonna tell you something. When I drove the truck, when I went into trucking school, I didn't know how to drive work a stick shift, a manual transmission as they call it. I was terrified when I got to school and trucking school, and they put me in that truck. The first day we rode around in the truck with just the truck, no trailer, and we just rode around like we doing go-karts. And then the second day, he said the instructor told me, he said, we're gonna put a trailer on the back of here and we're gonna put you in the street. I say, I'm gonna kill everybody. I say, because I ain't used to all of this. I say, and I'm gonna tell you, It was like climbing on the back of a transformer.
Wow.
When you see that movie, the Transformers,
Yeah.
that's what it felt like,
Yeah.
climbing on the back of a giant robot. And you're like,
Wow.
man, this is something else. But you know what? God was with me. And God
Yeah, it had to
has
be.
always been us.
Yeah.
And that's the
Yeah.
thing. We gotta understand that God is with us. We are powerful people.
He is.
And we
Yeah.
gotta believe in ourselves. See, that's the I gotta mention. I was thinking about this before I got on, and I said I don't speak enough about Yahweh. I don't speak enough
There you
about
go.
Jesus. I don't bring
Come
his
on.
name up enough because you know what? If he lives in me, why don't I tell you about him? Why don't I tell you about my best friend that sits next to me, that sits
Tell
in
him.
me, that listens to my nonsense and tells me that there's good in me, there's better in me. And that's the thing, man, because when everybody leaves you, he's still there. And that voice that you hear, that's him. He's telling you, look, you better than this. I want better for you. He cries with you. He laughs with
Mm.
you. He's there when everybody else is gone and left you and didn't believe in you. He is always there saying, I'm your best friend. I'm your brother. I'm your father. I'm in you. And he
Mm.
guides you. And we wake up with him and he sees how you see the glory of the day. And the thing is, he smiles along with you. See, that's the thing. We are part of him. You know what? That's why I say when you see the good in you, when you see how you laugh so hard, God laughs as hard as you do, if not harder. He
I
has a
believe he
good time.
does.
And see, he has a sense of humor. And the things that he does, it makes you laugh sometimes. And he will show you things to teach you lessons, and he'll keep bringing that lesson around in a different way. If you don't get that lesson, he'll bring it back to you in a different way, and he'll bring it back to you until
Sure
you
will.
get it. Until you get it, you'll keep getting that lesson. Man, same lesson. He said you didn't pass that test yet. You sit back down, take that test over again, and the test will be a little bit different, but it'll be the same test. And that's the thing I'm saying is that we don't
That's
mention
right.
him enough. And you don't have to be a Christian to believe in him. He didn't ask you to be a Christian. He asked you to believe. You don't have to first go to the pastor, ask him for permission to love God. You don't ask a pastor for permission. See, that's why I'm gonna tell you this. You know why people are Christians? Because Christian religion is the easiest religion to get into. Because they let everybody in and you can do everything. You can act a fool in it. You can do anything you want in it. You can be the devil in it. And that's why it accepts all members, all kinds of ways, doing every kind of thing. In other religions, I'm going to tell you something. This is a fact. You can look this up. You go to other religions, they got rules in there. You can't do certain things up in there. They strict up in there. You're required to be a better person. They don't say you can act a fool and then come on back and act a fool again and then come on back and act a fool again. They say, well, Christians don't require you to do things. Stick to your word. Don't say, well, you broke your word today. It'll be better tomorrow. No, we better than that. You don't have to be perfect because God didn't make this world where you have to be perfect. But you got to keep your word. You got to be trustworthy. And see, that's the thing. And I want to tell you something, and I'm not going to take too much of time, is that, like they say, there's these love languages. I got my own love languages. On the next show, I'll bring them out and tell you about them.
All
Because the
right.
love languages
Okay.
that this white cat brought out, these love languages, and they're about buying stuff for somebody, telling them how good a person they is, telling them about how good a person they is, affirmation, and when you're a terrible individual, and you need to be told that you're a terrible individual to straighten your act up. But they got these love languages telling you how good you are when you're not good, how you need to be buying things from me when you don't need things, and all of these other things that they tell you in these 7 love languages that people swear by. They go to therapy sessions, and the therapist say, let's see, which love language are you? Well, I like people to buy me stuff. Well, that's crazy as hell. How can you make a relationship last if I'm constantly buying things for you when I can't buy for you no more? That means the relationship is over. See, it doesn't make sense. See, we living in nonsense. See, and then the therapist and the psychiatrist and the psychologist are endorsing this nonsense of these 7 love languages. See, that's the thing. It don't sound right. If it don't feel right and sound right, don't back away from it. Don't run your life on love language. Don't run your relationship on a love language of somebody that has I got affirmation, I got buy me things and all of this other stuff. And it just doesn't, you know what that love language, one of the things that love language don't say in it, it don't say trust. It don't say nothing about trust. All the things that it says, the most important thing, one of the most important things in there is trust. It doesn't tell you have to trust the person. It doesn't tell you that. But it tells you that person got to buy you something. It tells you that person got to tell you you're a good person even if you're not. See, if it don't make sense, don't get it. If it don't make sense, don't buy into it. But you got people with PhDs and master degrees telling you how great them love languages are. That's nothing but garbage. That's the enemy talking to you in them love languages. That's why people can't make a relationship work, because they're looking at things. They're looking at the wrong thing. They're looking at affirmation. How do you tell somebody they're a good person when they know they're not? How do you tell a person that if you keep buying me something, that'll make me happy? Happiness is not in things. Happiness is not in me telling you a good person when you're not. You know what? You know what a best friend is? The best friend is somebody who can talk to that person and tell them when they're wrong, regardless, and not be afraid if they don't be their friend anymore. And see, that's the thing. We're so afraid that we won't be somebody's friend that we won't tell them that they messing up. We won't tell them that they need to get back on the grind and do their and reach their goals. See, now we got friends now that's afraid to tell you and really be your friend, because you can't handle a good friend. That's the thing. We can't handle good friends. That's why we got fake friends. We seek out fake friends. And that's what I got to say, my brother.
All right, my brother Lee Mack is here, and he has dropped on us this great knowledge that we have on today, and great discussion, great commentary that we have. And I mean, man, we got to wake up. We got our eyes wide shut, I think. But brother Lee gonna talk about his love languages and things like that. He coming with his commentary on. Hopefully, sometime he'll bring them to us. And I like to do something I haven't done. And it's not that I don't. Y'all know, Brother Lee's my whole brother. That's my brother. And on today, I did that. I rarely don't do this because I try my best. I have a way of remembering those that are gone on in my own little way. But I have to do this because this is an inspiration to me. My baby brother in heaven. It's his birthday today. I know Brother Lee knew already, and it would have been his birthday today, the 24th of June. I miss Savaya terribly. I know we do. Real much from a wheelchair. He was in a wheelchair at the end of his road. And a lot of people have done. Brother Lee, I know you're still here. Talk about Savaya a little bit. Give us a little bit, because you was there before both of us was born. Go ahead and talk about our brother Savaya.
I'll tell you something about it.
I had to bring him up today, man.
It's his day, and I would say this is the anniversary of his birth, and I would like to say this: he was sweet as pie, big jolly guy. And he could be a problem if he wanted to be a problem, and he was a problem when he wanted to be a problem, and he had the sweetest heart, and all his nieces and nephews and cousins, that man, they loved that guy like he was their father. He was a father to all of them, always smiling, always bringing joy. And he had some conflict in his life. He's young, and he was doing some crazy things, and
we all did.
We all did. That guy used to always tell me, he say, stay in the solution, not the problem. He used to always tell me that. He used to always say, man, I'm not into that nonsense. He would stay out of arguments and disruption. and say, look, why don't
Yeah.
y'all just get along? And you know what? Yeah, he had his problems, he had his conflicts, he had his thing where he had a conflict with people and things like that. He was known for disruption at times. You know, he was known for
Yeah.
that. But he could be a bad dude. I mean, I give
Mm.
you it's I'll tell you something, and he probably wouldn't mind me saying it. I've never seen nobody. He was it time. There was a time in his life where, you know, he was in Chicago on the West Side, and he called me. He said, "Man, I'm in jail." And I said, "What you in jail for, man?" He said, "I was sticking up the drug dealers." And the and
Okay.
you know who called the police
How
on him?
did
You know who called the police on him? The drug dealers
who
called the
did?
police on him. The drug dealers called
Not
the police on him. And he had the drug dealers running from him.
Oh.
You know, he was by himself. He was a gang of one.
Ooh.
He would rob the bad
Oh.
guys. You know, I mean, when they see him, they would walk
Boy,
across the street.
Jesus.
He was something
Ooh.
else, but he was as
Man, you
bad as he
crazy.
could be, as sweet as he could be. And I think about the
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was complicated, just like we all are. We
We
got
are.
some bad we got some bad in
Oh
us
yeah.
and some good in us.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
Oh
We
yeah.
have to understand that the demon is there. We just have to control it. See, nobody can exercise it because that bad is something that's in you that drives you, that you have to understand that it's a part of you, and
Yeah.
understand that you ain't all good because you ain't floating around here with angel wings on and seeing people say,
That's
I'm a
right.
good person. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. I'm not gonna say I'm a good person all the time. I'm not. I'm not. I'm
Right.
not. You know, I like to be, but this is just me. I accept who I am, but it's not hard to.
Yeah.
It's not hard to be good. You know, it's easy
Yeah.
to act a fool. It's easy to be a bad person. It's easy to, you know, we buy into evil so quickly. We buy into hate so easily. We'll hate a person before we can love somebody. People say, well, I got to know you in order to like you. But you can hate somebody you don't know. That don't make any sense to me. You can actually put all this emotion into somebody, this hateful emotion into somebody you don't know, but don't put any
Yeah.
love into it to somebody you don't know. Or somebody
That's
you know.
true.
You could hate somebody you know and you love and you care about them, but you can hate them just as easy. Turn on them in a dime and not believe in that person because they did something wrong, and or somebody said they did wrong, and you quick to say, yeah, I think they did it, rather than believe in them and say, no way, I don't care what evidence you got. I don't care what things you're gonna present to me. This person is, I know this person. They're not that person. That it's circumstances. I gotta hear everything, and I gotta hear from them, because when you believe
Mhm.
in a person, see, when you got belief in a person, nobody can come to you without you coming to that person, and that person say, "Look, I did that," or "I didn't do that."
Yeah.
But we quick
Right.
to say, "Oh, we quick to say, look, that person is a bad person," and we don't believe, we don't have that trust. We have to have trust. Like God has trust in you. Like Yahweh has trust in you, and He believes that you can be better. You have to do that with the people that's on this earth. When you
That's
get a
right.
friend, and you know, when you get somebody in your life, and it could be a stranger, and that stranger's waiting on you to help them, or just give them a
Mm.
word of encouragement. We thinking that everybody that's homeless, they want your money. Sometimes they want your conversation.
Right.
Sometimes they want your shoulder to lean on. You know, sometimes they want your encouragement. You know, we look at them and say,
Right.
"Oh Lord, here they come. Let me take off." You know, they probably just say, "Just talk to them." You treat them like
That's right.
nothing. Stop and
That's
hug
right.
somebody that's homeless. Let them know that, look, I ain't got no money for you, but I got some encouragement for you. I really care about you. I want to do something for you if I got something. I'm gonna tell you something. Go without a bag of potato chips and you see a homeless person, give them that money. You know,
Yeah.
or if you got some clothes in the closet, put them in your car, and the clothes that you ain't wearing. And when you see a homeless person, you reach in your car and you give them a jacket, give them some socks, give them something. You know, we got clothes in our closet that we don't even wear. Get those, put something in your car, put something in your backpack. When you see a homeless person, pull it out. You see they need a hat, and because they sleeping on the benches, they sleeping on the street. Give them something so they can get by. You know, that's the thing. We got plenty of things we
Yeah.
can do for people that ain't that doesn't mean money all the time. You know, that's the thing. Give them a
Right.
book to read. You know, give them something. We got something in our house that we don't even use, that a homeless person could use this. A person that has a home that don't have that hat needed. We instead of we throwing it away, they could use that. One man's
Right.
treasure is another. One man's trash is another person's treasure. And see,
True.
that's the thing. So that's the thing that I'm saying out here. And my little brother would say the
Yeah.
same thing. And
Yes,
he
he
used to
would.
be out here. He'd be out here. And you know what? When he went to Alabama, didn't know anybody. And this guy is in a wheelchair. And not just in a wheelchair, he had one of those colostomy bags and stuff, you know, where he would urinate in and stuff. He went down to Alabama, Tuskegee, and
Yeah.
he washed cars by hand in a wheelchair. And he ended up getting him a house, owning half the car wash. And the guy he owned the car wash with and his friends, he brought them up here. They came up here to stay a couple of days in my house. And they lived in they stayed in my house. I said, yeah, and I didn't know these people. I said, but if you say they good, they good. And they were great people. And they took them around Chicago to get that steak sandwich, which you guys got to come up here when you
Yeah.
come up here to Chicago.
That's right.
You got to get that.
They don't know nothing about all that, do they?
I'm gonna tell you like this, and I love me a good sandwich, and I'm gonna tell you something.
Yes, sir.
There's nothing like it in this United States, and I've been all over this country, and I've been out of the country too. And I'm gonna tell you
Yes,
something.
Lord.
There's nothing like that steak sandwich. They call it a sweet
Ooh,
beef steak sandwich over there on
have mercy.
111th and Truth.
Yes, sir.
I
Torch
mean,
of flavor.
you ain't gonna
We
get
shout out to
you ain't
him.
gonna get a better sound. It's called Home of the Hoagie, and I'm gonna tell you
Home
like
of the
this:
Hogan.
the
Yeah,
best sandwich that ever touched your lips. If you
I'm
say
gonna have to
that
call
sandwich
them
ain't
up.
good, I mean, my goodness, they can't
Nah,
make a better
nah.
sandwich. I've been eating that sandwich since I was 14 years old. Uh,
Now you have heard it from Brother Lee.
I'm gonna tell you, nothing like it. I'm gonna tell
Yeah,
you, the line is
man,
long.
nothing like
The
it.
wait might be long, but I'm gonna tell you, it's worth the
Hmm.
wait. Ask the
Well,
people
I'm
over
gonna
there
tell
that's
you.
been sick.
I'm gonna tell you this. Listen, Lee ain't joking. Listen, I can't wait to get with my family and everybody. And I left Savalier's picture here. I wasn't in a hurry to not take it. He's a brother Mac. He's a Mac man. And I named this show in honor of my brothers, who also represents my sisters before every one of my brothers, because each and every one of them, whether you know it or not, especially Savalier and Lee. I mean, when we come down to Savalier, all of us have that feeling. And I know he's celebrating, and we celebrate him. And me and Lee, we celebrate, man. As long as there's a Mac man around, we hope to have a Mac man morning show or something to give. Because see, he would be in the trenches doing what we're doing. He'd be out there talking. He knew his history. He wasn't a genius. He didn't go to college, all of that stuff. But Savalier had street sense that you would never have. He knew people that, brother, there was times that I thought it was, I mean, they had me. And somebody said, hold up, wait a minute, that's Savalier's brother. And they and Lee, they moved out the way and said, man, we came back with business. Well, why didn't you tell us we have to do something to you because you didn't tell us? So I said, really? Well, I'm going to tell them that you did something. Man, don't tell us about anything. He was not a person he was a gentle guy. But then he had a streak in him, of course. He had his own way. Man, the stories that we could tell you, but I celebrate him. I celebrate all of our family. And for those of you, you got family members that are going on. Love somebody, as we say each and every day on this show. If you just show some love and show, it ain't going to cost you to pick up the phone. It ain't going to harm you to say a good word. I know that all of us have gone through our ups and downs and our ins and outs. But when it comes down to it, we all that we have and we all that we got. And we need to come on and do what we do. Love the ones that are here. Take care. Hey, man, mend those fences that are broken down. We have families. We got people. We have bridges that we burn it up and build it up again. But then there's always hope when you can open your eyes. Brother Lee Mack, our co-host, I want to thank him for being here with us. Thank our wonderful guest, Miss Keisha Jocell, for being here with us today. We're going to get ready to roll up out of here. We got a lot that's going on before our new season. I got a lot that I got to get done to Little Red of Big Red's Blues Lounge, the new mayor of Clarksdale. I'll be down there the 1st. Then I'm gone. I'm out of his way. I got to see what duties or what things I might have to do for him. We're going to try to get him on the show before the inauguration. But then again, to all of you that are out there, be good and be kind to somebody. Once again, we recognize and celebrate the celebration, the anniversary of the birth of Savalier Terrell McCray, my brother, our brother, brother Lee Mack. He's Savalier Terrell, brother Mack. He's a brother Mack too. And we love him in spirit and in truth. We love all of our brothers and sisters, my nieces and nephews that he had direct process in raising. If you don't believe me, ask them. And they were young too, but Savalier ran the pack. He did, and they loved him, and they still have a special place in their hearts for him, like we do. And we just celebrate. We'll be out of here. We got Wednesday coming. We have a very special guest coming Wednesday that's going to be here with us, talking about the 11th senatorial district that's getting ready to have an election. They were such a mess here in Mississippi. They had to reschedule elections because they tried to change the election map in the middle of the game. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. Hey, if it's anywhere, 9 o'clock anywhere, it is the Mac Man Morning Show. We'll be back here on tomorrow, right here on Mac Media 3 Productions, over here at WKRA 92.7 on our FM dial. Got our signal till 2026. But we're out of here. This is the Mac Man Morning Show. We'll holler at you later.